with Bill Haisten. This is Barry Lewis from the opening day of practice rounds at the PGA Championship at Southern Hills, and what a beautiful day it is, which is the first thing I want to talk to you about, Bill. This is going to be weather-wise a much different situation than the previous majors that have been played here at Southern Hills, and it's refreshing.
The actually most memorable storyline of the Senior PGA Championship last year, which occurred 1 week later into May than this championship this year, was the weather was amazing. I guess the forecast calls for a little bit of a rain possibility tomorrow and maybe a little bit during the weekend, but not anything that should be massively disruptive. It's going to be the first major played here in the month of May, and the weather today is perfect. So
yes, and want to encourage people to look at the daily forecast by our Tulsa World meteorologist, Kirsten Lang. That'll be printed in the Tulsa World, and so you want to check out her forecast every day. And yes, there's a chance for some storms on Friday and Saturday, but with that will also come temperatures that will drop into the 70s.
Yeah.
My goodness, that will be a first for a major here, not counting the Senior PGA last year, but for
today and then tomorrow, really in my mind and kind of in most people's minds, the whole tournament week really gets off in a big way with Tiger Woods' news conference at noon.
And it was very, as typically Monday practice rounds are, is very relaxed today. There was a lot of autograph signing.
Right.
So if fans wanted to get autographs, today was probably the best day for that, because all the players were usually in a very generous mood as far as that was concerned. But you were talking about the player interviews, and bringing over the baseball side of my coverage, I was able to ask Taylor Gooch, of course, the only really homegrown Oklahoma player in the field this week, if his dad, Ron, ever talked about his time with the Tulsa Drillers. He played for the Drillers for 4 years, and yes, he's got very fond memories of playing for the Drillers back in the late 70s and early 80s, so that was fun to talk about. And Bill, something else that's going to be different besides the weather this year is that the defending champion, Phil Mickelson, won't be here.
He's kind of bogged down in a self-inflicted controversy, and it was announced a couple of days ago that he had withdrawn from this championship, and everybody was so excited that Phil Mickelson would come here as the defending champion of this tournament. Except that storyline to me is softened by the fact that Tiger Woods is here. So Scottie Scheffler is far and away the hottest and highest ranked player in the world now, and comes in as, you know, when we do our predictions, I'm probably going to pick Scottie Scheffler to win this tournament. And he has gone on record as saying this is his favorite golf course. But Tiger Woods, at least for 2 days, will be the most looked at, talked about guy on this property.
It's all going to make for a very interesting week, and for all the latest PGA Championship news, read every day's edition of the Tulsa World, or go online to tulsaworld.com.